Alright, we're back, Remainers. I like I have 2 half-full glasses of whiskey. And empties all the place. Nice.
It's whiskey with the whiskey chaser. That's pretty common.
Yeah. Anyway,
If you're a raging alcoholic.
yeah. But,
Let's look at the file. It might give us insight to the painting first.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what I would think.
yeah, no, I will. But, yeah, from here it is 100% blind for me.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
You alright?
Yeah, pipe.
Shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36. Darkwater. Oh, there's a lot of pirates out there, last I heard. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. Police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Sounds that reeks of cover-up. Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon.
Well, obviously the officers are doing some sort of cover-up in the town of,
City Darkwater.
Town of Darkwater.
That's just their own insight there, but yeah.
Yep. Married in 1912. So they were married for 12 years.
Well, yeah, they had a son, so let's take a look here. Investigate.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Let's see.
Will one of these close things?
I don't know.
Well, we know that. I mean, I think there's no way you wouldn't have that, right?
I don't know. Something is definitely not right with the story, though.
Yeah.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Alright.
I guess we're asking.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Well, they're artists. They're not going to be a thing there, so.
Yep.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Let's talk about Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Asking the wrong guy? Nah.
No.
That's everything we need right now, I guess.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Alright. We got 8 points for that. Or I just gave a boost. They gave a boost.
Yeah, just a boost.
I used to be an avid reader.
No. Nope. There we go. Maybe.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it.
Which is strange.
According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Alright. That's everything, I guess. Gained 1 point. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, showed her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address. A warehouse set in the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
You're just gonna hear all this food sounds.
Yeah,
so
sorry about that. We just haven't really eaten all day.
Yeah. So enjoy the ASMR.
We're almost there.
See some shipwrecks in the area.
How fog it is, it's not surprising. Celia.
That's a wrecked ship.
Yep. dressed up like a freaking.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Interesting. Well, it's time to start asking questions that people don't want to be asked.
Alright. Wherever Bradley is. He's gotta be in, I guess he's in the bar. I don't know. Let's look around here. Lots of bones.
Please move back. Let the police do their work.
Police?
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Let's not open with insulting him.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water,
So if you
you
have
shysters!
like
You're
maxed
crazy!
out medicine somehow, you'd be able to learn something else.
They can't understand.
There might be a new game plus.
Damn stupid idiots!
Maybe. That'd be
Did
interesting.
they talk about anything
Nobody
else?
listens to us anyway.
I don't think so.
That's
Well,
no
looks like
way
you
to
could talk to
treat
them.
an omen.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Not a whole lot of walk. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm locked into being in one of these areas. Oh, hey, a little lantern.
Can't do anything with that.
Nope. Let's go to the bar, see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, because Fitzroy's the primary thing. Yeah, good luck enforcing that out here.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Well, that's rude.
Rude.
Hey, be careful.
Well, I open up with shit.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Sheep, thank you.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Blackwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's not speaking ill if it's true, but that's up to you.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
It's not speaking ill if it's true.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Return.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Prefer not to get drunk.
Yeah.
That'll be all for now.
Let's take a look around here.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Where's the asylum?
And the doctor, what did he say?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The miraculous catch. Decilia returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of Decilia, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. Locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. But the size went beyond that of formidable toothed whales. cetacean that is already being called the Miraculous Catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshops, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. To celebrate the turn of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the Miraculous Catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
My God.
Clue. Yeah, we can probably talk to him about the Miraculous Catch.
She will do it again.
What the hell?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
If
I had more cultism, I might,
yeah.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
And the doctor, what did he say?
That's all we're gonna get from him.
I see grounds for not wells there is no.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
End of whaling.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wing of the girly boys, I would spread them and fly home.
What you looking at, stranger?
That's a lot of drinks.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
All right. Can we talk to him about the miraculous catch? It's too far away. Gotta get closer.
Well, not really anything I can do about that.
We'll do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us.
You again.
There we go.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
That'll be all for now.
Well, they went out, came back with less people than they left with, but they got a huge catch.
Well, losing people on fishing trips isn't
unusual. Wasn't unheard of back then.
Especially because it's something that apparently that size.
Well, yes, but it's strange that they'd get something that was that large up onto the boat.
They had to imagine they killed it and they hauled it back.
They said it was literally hanging over the edges of the boat. It was literally taking
the
the
dock.
whole deck.
The dock. Oh, really? Deck?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they said deck, not dock. Pretty sure.
Oh, then, well, they said deck, but I thought they meant like the dock deck. But all right.
Yeah, so sounds to me like someone made a deal.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we don't know. We know things about the Cthulhu mythos and what was going on here, but we have nothing concrete yet.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
$68 for the tab.
Yep. Ms. Baker always free.
Always free for the lady.
Yep.
Maybe Miss Baker's the source of the alcohol.
That's the only thing I could think of. It makes sense, especially because the guy said she.
All right. We gained some interesting info about the locale. Now let's go talk to Fitzroy, and we will do that next time. See you later, Remainers.
Later, guys.
Thanks for watching. Click our logo to subscribe. But if you want to help us defeat the real final boss, YouTube's metrics and analytics, you can support us by liking our content and leaving comments below. See you later, Remainers.